Attention duelists. Phoenix here, back at it on a Master Duel Monday. Let's get right into the games. Hope you all are doing okay. I myself am having an okay day. Alright, first match. Got a Blue Eyes player. Opens 2 White Stone of Ancients, Ash Blossom, Blue Eyes Alt Dragon, and Ready Driver. Opponent also plays Blue Eyes, summons the White Stone of Ancients. Uses Sage was either blue, opponent will negate it with their Ash Blossom. Also set 1 back row. And then they're going to activate Bingo Machine Go. Revealing True Light, Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes Alt Dragon. A card is added to hand, and then they pass turn. Player draws Blue Eyes White Dragon. Summons Ready Driver, which will bring out Lefty Driver. Goes right into Crystron Halki Fibrex. Halk will summon a White Stone of Ancients. Alt Dragon will summon itself by revealing the Blue Eyes in hand. The White Stone of Ancients will turn into Linkaribo. Player moves to battle. Halki Fibrex swings over the opponent's White Stone of Ancients. Then Alt Dragon and Linkaribo will both swing direct. White Stone of Ancients in the graveyard effect will go off to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck, as will the opponents. Let's take a moment to show appreciation for the restraint Duelist B has here and not going from Halki Fibrex right into Auroradon. Halki Fibrex will attempt to turn off into a Synchro Monster from the extra deck. Opponent will activate Ultimate Creature of Destruction, targeting Blue Eyes White Dragon. Player summons Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron will then use its effect, allowing him to draw a card. Player swings with Blue Eyes. Linkaribo will use its effect, not having a response. Why did that not go off? Yep, due to Ultimate Creature of Destruction, his Blue Eyes White Dragon is unaffected by Linkaribo's effect to reduce its attack stat. He sets 1 back row, passes turn. Lefty Driver's effect will activate, banishing itself to add a Ready Driver to hand. White Stone of Ancients will banish itself to add Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon back to hand. Alt Dragon will special summon itself by its own effect. Then it will use its effect to destroy the opponent's Blue Eyes. Alt Dragon and Formula Synchron will turn to Baron de Fleur. Player uses Monster Reborn, summoning his opponent's Blue Eyes Dragon to his field. Player summons a White Stone of Ancients. Is going to Synchro summon a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon using the 2. Moving on to battle phase, Spirit Dragon will swing direct. And then Baron de Fleur will swing for game. 2 Blue Eyes players going head to head. And at least one of them didn't brick. Going for a little bit of a combo to be a more synchro heavy deck. And it worked out for him pretty good. Looks like we have another Blue Eyes player. Opponent activates the Cursed Eldland, adds Eldritch the Golden Lord to hand, sets 2 back row, uses Golden Lord's effect, pitching itself, and there can be only 1, sends Cursed Eldland to the graveyard. 2 Eldritches are in the grave already, passes to his opponent. Player draws Return of the Dragon Lords, summons White Stone of Legend. The opponent will activate Gozen Match. He will then use the effect with Sage of Eyes of Blue, discarding it to target his White Stone of Ancients and send it to the graveyard. To special summon a Blue Eyes monster from his deck. Dragon Spirit of White will then chain to the White Stone of Ancient to attempt to destroy the Gozen Match. Banish the Gozen Match. A Blue Eyes White Dragon is added to hand. Uses Trade-In, pitching the Blue Eyes to draw 2. Activates Return of the Dragon Lords to summon the Blue Eyes Dragon back to the field. Activates Fusion Deployment, targeting Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon to summon a Blue Eyes Dragon from his deck. Moves to battle. He swings an opponent, activates Mirror Force, but banishes Return the Dragon Lords to protect his monsters. All the Blue Eyes Dragons swing directly, and a Blue Eyes player has beaten an Eldritch player. This is a great day for Blue Eyes. Do we dare see them for a third game tonight? Who can say? The night is young. Tri-Brigade, Boojins, and Mist Valley Apex Avian. Opponent will summon Camion, the Time Lord, set one back row, and pass. Player uses the effect of Boojin Mahitotsu. Pitching Hiroko. Hiroko is banished to send Boojin Centipede. Boojin Centipede is banished to destroy the back row. Tri-Brigade Kit is summoned, which will then link up into Farigit. Kit's effect will send Nerval. Nerval's effect will add a Karas to hand. Karas will use its effect, pitching Boojin Quillin to summon itself. Then Karas will use the Tri-Brigade Link effect to summon the Desperate Doom Eagle, which will swing into Camion. Camion will then use its effect to shuffle the Doom Eagle back into the deck and do 500 damage. Camion sends itself away, as all Time Lords do. Player activates Numeron Wall, setting Numeron Network. Numeron Network will then send Numeron Calling, summoning the 4 Numeron Gates. The Numeron Gates will start swinging, buffing up their stats. One swings into Karas. The second one swings into Karas, able to destroy it now. The third one attempts to swing into Farigit. Player activates Tri-Brigade Revolt, summoning a bunch of banished beast warriors and winged beasts. And then linking off into Shirag, the Ominous Omen. Shirag on summon will attempt to banish, and Nerval on being sent to the graveyard will activate its effect. Nerval will add a Fractale to hand, and Shirag will banish the player's gate that has not attacked yet. Farigit, on being sent to the graveyard, will have her effect resolve, allowing him to add a card to his hand and send one back into the deck. During main phase 2, 2 of the gates are attributed to summon Lazion, the Time Lord, and then Numeron Calling banishes the last one. Lazion's effect will activate, dealing 1000 damage. Player activates Fire Formation Tenki, adding a Boojin Hirome to hand. Summons Fractale, which will banish 4 beasts to summon a second Shirag. Shirag's effect will activate, banishing Lazion. Fractale will send itself away to send Nerval to the graveyard. Nerval's effect will activate, adding a Karas to hand. Karas will discard Boojin Hirome to summon itself. Then will banish 3 to summon Simorg, the Bird of Sovereignty. Shirag, Karas, Bird of Sovereignty, and the last Shirag will all swing for game. Tri-Brigade Boojin beats Time Lord. Normally you just see a pure Tri-Brigade, and especially you never see Boojin, so exciting to see them put together. 2 great tastes in one flavor. That's not how words work. Alright, we got an Eldritch player this time, seeing from their perspective. They set Skill Drain and Hakero. Pass to the opponent. The opponent activates Pot of Desires and summons Floowandereeze and Robin. Eldritch player activates Skill Drain, chaining Hakero. Now, I'm not one to support Skill Drain decks. They are very much a no fun allowed playstyle if you ask me. But it is shutting down a Floowandereeze, so is it really all that bad? Eldritch player draws Dogmatic Punishment. Hakero swings over Rabina, passes to the opponent. Floowandereeze activates Terraforming, adding Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map to hand. They'll activate the map then. They reveal the Floowandereeze and Stree in their hand. Banish another to summon. Banish an Eaglin to summon Stree. Effects will start chaining. Eaglin's effect will add itself back to the hand. Stree's effect is negated. Stree is then tributed. And the player sets one face down. Eldritch player's turn, they draw Pot of Extravagance, use it, banishing 6, but the opponent's going to chain Ash Blossom, preventing them from actually getting any cards out of this. Activates Feather Duster, getting rid of the Magnificent Map, moves to battle, swings into his opponent's Dimensional Shifter, then activates Dogmatic Punishment, sending away a 5-headed dragon to destroy the shifter. Passes to the opponent. The opponent activates their own Pot of Extravagance. Pot of Prosperity. Banishes 6 to look at the top 6. Adds an infinite impermanence to hand. They set the impermanence in the same column as the skill drain, set one monster face down, pass to the opponent. Player draws Elixir of Black Awakening. Activates it, special summon an Eldritch Golden Lord from the deck. They end their turn without attacking. Player tributes Rabina for a monster face down. Activates Gold Sarcophagus, did not know that had an animation. Set another back row. Sarcophagus and away flow on to reason the Magnificent Map. Eldritch player's turn, they banish the Black Awakening. Setting a Golden Land forever. Turn Eldritch to face up attack position. Pass turn. They also set another Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Player attempts to summon Eaglin. Activate its effect. Rubina and Strebe in the banished will chain. Prolonging the chain by activating Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Chain will resolve, summoning the second Golden Lord. Rubina is added back to hand, as is Stree. Eaglin's effect, however, is negated due to the skill drain, which has not been disabled yet. Infinite Impermanence might not be able to activate because skill drain is already in effect. Player banishes Elixir to summon to set Conquistador. Infinite Impermanence may not be able to activate because all monsters' effects are already negated due to skill drain. So Infinite Impermanence does not have any viable targets. Therefore, it could not use its other effect to negate the effects of cards in its column, so that would not resolve anything. Or the Flanders player is playing a long game and really hoping for the best. They activate Magnificent Map, opponent chains Conquistador. Conquistador sets itself and destroys the Magnificent Map. Player summons Rabina, chains the Eaglin and the other Rabina in their banished zone. Rabina is added to hand, as is Eaglin. Rabina swings into Eldritch Golden Lord, passes the opponent. Eldritch has this one in the bag. Goes to battle phase, swings with the Golden Lord, and that's game. That match was decided by skill drain. Let's move on to the next one. Looks like we have Prank Kids with Adventure Engine and Fusion Destiny. Use Water Enchantress of the Temple, banishing her to add Rite of Aramesir to hand. Activate Rite of Aramesir to summon the Adventure token and activate Fateful Adventure. Fateful Adventure will add a Wandering Griffin Rider to hand and discard Prank Kid's Pandemonium. Griffin Rider will summon itself. Dracoback will be equipped due to Fateful Adventure. Then player activates Fusion Destiny, sending away Dasher and Celestial to make Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Passes turn, he has a negation, a destruction, and Dracoback for when his turn comes around. Opponent passes their turn completely. DPE destroys itself by its own effect, or by Fusion Destiny's effect. DPE summons itself back. Player activates Prank Kid's Place, adding a Lampseize to hand. Summons Lampseize. Links it off to make Meow Meow Moo. These names are going to drive me insane. Lampseize effect activates, dealing 500 damage and summoning a Dropseize. Dropseize and Meow Meow Moo will link off to make Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo. Dodo Doodle Doo's effect will activate, chaining into Dropseize. Dropseize will summon a Fansies. Dodo Doodle Doo will add Prank Kids Pranks to hand. Player turns all of his monsters to attack mode. Swings with Dodo Doodle Doo, Adventure Token, Wandering Griffin, and DPE for game. Surprisingly, he didn't prolong that for too long. Some players just go wild with their combos when they already have lethal on board, and this guy had the brains to know that he had what he needed. And what we need is another match. Maybe one where the opponent actually does something. Alright, we have Odd Eyes Performapal. Player sets Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn and normal summons a Skullcrabat Joker. Joker will add Performapal Sorcerer to hand. Pendulum Sorcerer. He's then going to Pendulum summon using Sorcerer and Unicorn to make Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Then passes turn. Opponent sets 4 back row and passes. Draws Performapal Golden Fang. Then going to Pendulum Summon. Bringing out Gold Fang, which will chain into Sorcerer's effect, which will chain into Gold Fang's effect. Opponent activates Curse of Darkness. Gold Fang will increase the stats of his Performapal monsters. Other than normal summons, Performapal Seal Eel. Swings with Joker, and Magic Cylinder has an animation. Magic Cylinder will hit the Skullcrabat Joker, reversing its attack to damage the opponent. Opponent activates Fatal Abacus. Swings with Odd Eyes Pendulum, which gains a stat boost to the Unicorn. Then swings with Gold Fang and Seal Eel. Opponent is at 600. Seeing a lot of less popular traps coming out. 3 monsters attributed to summon Raw Sphere mode. Player activates Ancient Chant, adding Winged Dragon of Ra to their hand. And by activating Ancient Chant, the Curse of Darkness will deal 1000 damage to himself. I don't really know what the play was there. It's possible he forgot he had his trap in effect. Who knows? Strange. A touch weird, even. Okay, we have an I don't quite know what here. Sets Celestial in defense mode, sets Waking the Dragon, and Imperial Order. Opponent activates Elixir of Black Awakening, summoning in the Golden Lord. 1 other back row. Passes turn. Only 1 back row from an Eldritch. That's weird. Player draws a 2nd Rainbow Dragon, activates Galaxy Cyclone, targeting his opponent's back row, which is Guardian of the Golden Land. He will activate Guardian of the Golden Land, which will summon it, but Cyclone will still destroy it. Then passes to the opponent. Opponent's turn, they banish the Elixir of Black Awakening to set a Hakero of the Golden Lands. Golden Lord goes to attack mode, swings over Celestial, destroying it, passes to the opponent. Guardian of the Golden Lands will banish itself, setting an Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Passes to Duelist B. They draw and activate Raigeki, destroying the Golden Lord. Player then activates Scarlet Sanguine to summon a Golden Lord. Passes turn. Player will banish the Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine from the graveyard, chaining the Hakero on their field. Hakero summons itself, banishing the opponent's Galaxy Cyclone. Scarlet Sanguine will set a Conquistador. Golden Lord in the graveyard will send the Hakero from the field to the graveyard, adding itself back to hand, and then summoning a zombie with boosted stats by Zombie Read itself. Player then swings with both Golden Lords. During main phase 2, he's going to overlay both Golden Lords, making Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. He will use its effect, attaching it a material to do 2000 damage, which is game. Eldritch wins over whatever that guy was playing. Ooh, we have an Exodia deck, it looks like. Activates Cauldron of Old Man. Once it's activated, place a counter on it. Once per turn during your standard phase, place one counter on it. Once per turn, activate one of its effects. Gain 500 life points for each counter, or inflict 300 to the opponent for each counter. Weird little burn card. He summons the right leg of the Forbidden One, then tributes it to special summon the legendary Exodia Incarnate. He also uses the effect of the Cauldron to gain 500 life points. Exodia Incarnate returns the leg that he just sent away to his hand. Opponent activates Summoner's Art, adding Odd Eye's Arc Pendulum Dragon. Activates Terraforming to add Sky Iris to his hand. Activates Sky Iris. Sets Odd Eye's Phantom Dragon and Odd Eye's Arc Pendulum Dragon in the Pendulum Zones. Activates Duelist Alliance, adding an Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon to his hand. Activates Spiral Flame Strike to add an Odd Eye's Saber Dragon to his hand. Sky Iris effect destroys the Phantom Dragon, adding an Odd Eye's Persona Dragon to his hand. Odd Eye's Arc Pendulum's effect will then activate, summoning an Odd Eye's Advanced Dragon. Odd Eye's Persona Dragon's effect will then activate. What did you do exactly? If you can activate a card or effect that target one pot is what's going to be this for some Not quite sure what that did. He will then Pendulum Summon the Saber Dragon, the Pendulum Dragon, and the Phantom Dragon. Move into battle phase. Pendulum swings over Exodia Incarnate, which will then add a card to his hand. Advanced Dragon, Saber Dragon, and Phantom Dragon all swing direct. And Phantom Dragon's effect will go off to deal 2400 damage. And that was in Pendulum Dragon Beatdown. Neat. Alright, we got another Prank Kids deck. Well, this one didn't open the Adventure Engine. Summons Dropsies. His opponent will chain Max C. Player then activates Fusion Destiny, sending away Dasher and Celestial. Activates Prank Kids Prank. And passes turn, not going to play the Max C challenge. Opponent's turn. They activate Tiny Spirit Ashuna, and he will chain his own Max C to it. Max C will resolve. Ashuna is summoned. Ashuna is then going to be linked off to make Monk of the Tenyi. Tenyi Spirit Aruha will then summon itself. Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha will then try to activate its effect. DPE will then chain, destroying itself and the Monk of the Tenyi. Player summons Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. And that and the Aruha will make Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax and O-Lion's effects will activate. O-Lion summons a Mecha Phantom Beast token. Halqifibrax will summon Deskbot 001. 001 and Halqifibrax will make Auroradon. Of course they will. Auroradon will summon its tokens. Deskbot 001 will summon itself back to the field. Phantom Beast and the Deskbot will attempt to use their effect. The player will chain Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to it. Well-timed Ash Blossom could cut off the player's chain. Tenyi Spirit Ashuna will banish itself, summoning an Aruha. Sorry, Adahara. Don't know where I got Aruha from. All of that and 3 of the tokens will link off to make Chishao. Player then activates Sword Soul Emergence, adding Long Wand to hand. Long Wand will reveal itself. Sorry, banish a worm monster from the hand. Summon a token. The token and both tokens will make Yazi, Evil of the Yangzing, not going for Brawn de Fleur. Yazi will destroy itself and the player's Dropsies. Yasu's effect goes off, summoning a Sword Soul Taya. And a Chiwen Light of the Yangzing will summon itself. Player banishes the Sword Soul Emergence to summon a token, increases the level of Long Wan, making Sword Soul Grandmaster Chishao. Sorry, the other one was Chungyun. Long Wan's effect will activate to deal 1200 damage. Grandmaster Chishao's effect will activate. Add Sword Soul Sacred Summit to hand. Sword Soul Token and Taya will then sync off to make Bashia Brightness of the Yangzing. Swings with Bashia. Swings with Changyun. Chengying. Sword Soul names. And swings for game. Took the Max Seed challenge and was not punished for it. Well, it looks like we have a Zodiac deck. Opponent sets one back row, passes turn. Draws Effect Veiler. Summons Zodiac Ram Ram. Goes right into battle. Swings with Ram Ram after his opponent activates Max C. Passes turn. Not taking the Max C challenge. Opponent's turn. They activate Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha. Player activates their own Max C. Opponent activates Called by the Grave, negating and banishing Max C. So we're going to have another uninterrupted Sword Soul playthrough. Vishuddha is summoned. Moye summons is normal summoned. Vishuddha goes off to make Monk of the Tenyi. Taya's effect attempts to activate, but will be negated by Effect Veiler. Monk of the Tenyi swings over Ram Ram. Taya swings direct. And that was actually a well-timed Effect Veiler. Completely cut off the opponent's chain. Player draws infinite impermanence for turn. Summons Zodiac Whiptail. Is going to make Zodiac Chikanine. Chikanine will remove a unit from itself to summon Zodiac Ram Ram. Chikanine will then go on to make Zodiac Drident. Drident will remove its unit, destroying Ram Ram. Ram Ram's effect will activate, summoning back Chikanine. Drident will then go on to make Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar's effect will activate, removing a unit, attaching Drident to Chikanine. Chikanine will use its effect, removing Drident, to summon Drident. Then all three of them will make Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. Unconventional. Megaclops effect will activate, summoning Taya and equipping it with his opponent, summoning Tiger Mortar and equipping it with his opponent's Taya. Tiger Mortar will then equip itself with Whiptail, swing over Monk of the Tenyi. Megaclops will swing direct. Main phase 2, Tiger Mortar will make Borbo. Borbo will go into Hammer Kong. And Hammer Kong will go into Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, Sky Thunder. Player will then pass turn. Opponent activates Tenyi Spirit Ashuna, summoning itself. Ashuna will link off to make Monk of the Tenyi. Ashuna's effect will activate in the graveyard, banishing itself. Special summon Vishuddha. Vishuddha will then link off to make the third Monk of the Tenyi. Player will then activate Zeus's effect, sending away all of the cards on the field. Will activate Sword Soul Sacred Summit, summoning Taya. Taya will then use its effect, banishing Sacred Summit to summon a token. Zeus' effect will activate again, sending away the board. Sword Soul player passes turn. Player summons Zodiac Ram Ram. Makes another Chikanine. Chikanine removes a unit. Summon Drident. K9 is then linked off, or exeused off again to make Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar uses her effect, targeting Dryden and equipping her with Whiptail. Tiger Mortar will make Drill Driver Vesperado. Play activates Pot of Avarice, returning 5 monsters from the graveyard to the deck to draw 2. Activates Fire Formation Tenki. Swings with Vesperado. And Zeus for perfect game. Exact damage. That was an actual Zodiac player. Good for them. They earned that win. Now we have a Galaxy Eyes player. Opponent sets 1 back row, 1 face down, passes turn. Could be a Maninator bug. Draws Galaxy Eyes Afterglow. Uses Galaxy Soldier's effect, pitching the Photon Dragon, summoning itself. Opponent activates Paleozoic Dinomischus. Dinomischus will banish Galaxy Soldier, but its effect will resolve, adding another Galaxy Soldier to hand. Galaxy Soldier uses its effect, pitching the Afterglow Dragon to summon itself. Activates Galaxy Expedition, summoning Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Sets another Galaxy Expedition, passes turn. Opponent summons Celestial, swings over Galaxy Soldier, passes turn. Did he choose not to use Celestial's effect? Destroy a face-up spell. Player draws Lava Golem, activates Galaxy Expedition, summons an Afterglow Dragon from his deck. I know where this is going. Or he's going to do the boring way. Makes number 97 Draglubion. Removes the unit to summon number 100 Numeron Dragon. Removes its unit to give it 9,000 attack points. Swings over Celestial. If he only would have gone for number 62, he could have won. He had number 62. He's a fool. His opponent will summon Cosmo Goodwitch and then use its effect to banish it to summon Cosmo Dark Destroyer, which will target Numeron Dragon and Dark Destroy it. Numeron Dragon's effect will activate, wiping the board, least of all monsters. And then each player set a spell or trap from the graveyard. Cosmo Dark Destroyer attempts to use its effect to summon a monster. He will chain Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to negate. He will activate Fusion Destiny, sending away Plasma and Dasher. He runs 3 Destiny Heroes. Makes DPE. DPE will use its effect, targeting his own back row and the opponent's. Celestial will banish itself and Plasma from the graveyard to allow him to draw 2. Sets a new back row. Swings with DPE direct. If this player could just summon out Lava Golem, he would have a shot. As to end turn, DPE destroys itself by Fusion Destiny effect. Activates its engrave effect. Dasher will then use its effect, summoning the Psyframe Gear Gamma. DPE summons itself back. Moves right to battle, swings with Gamma and DPE. Ends turn. If the player goes for Lava Golem, this could be it. Draws Nimble Mamanga. Tributes DPE and Gear Gamma for Lava Golem. Ends turn. On draw phase, draws card. During standby phase, Lava Golem will burn for 1,000 damage. Galaxy Eyes player wins. Galaxy Eyes decks should run Lava Golem. It's very good removal. Also, it's level 8 if you're running Trade-In. Alright, we have a Dragon Maid player this time around. Not a great opener. One activates Cursed Eldland, adds Golden Land forever to hand. Activates Zombie World, summons Unizombie. Sends away a Glow Up Bulb to buff its level. Gloat Bulb will then banish itself to summon Doom King Baldarok. Sets 3 of the back row, passes turn. Player draws Chamber Dragon Maid. Activates Dragon Maid Hospitality, which will special summon the Chamber. Baldarok's effect will chain. Negates the effect of Chamber. Player then activates Feather Duster. Player will chain Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, which will be negated by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Doom King Baldarok's effect will activate again. Banishing Chamber. Scarlet Sanguine is negated. Feather Duster will go off. Cursed Eldland will send an Eldritch to the grave. Player summons Nurse Dragon Maid. Sets Dragon Maid downtime, passes turn. Unizombi's effect will activate. Player will chain a downtime to it. Returning Nurse to hand, adding Chamber to hand. Unizombie sends away Necroworld Banshee. Necroworld Banshee will banish itself. Doom King Baldarok will chain its effect. Banishing the opponent's Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Zombie World is activated by Necroworld Banshee's effect. Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine will banish itself to set Hakero. Eldritch will then send Hakero to the graveyard, adding itself back to hand, then summon itself with an extra 1000 attack and defense. Unizombie swings, Baldarok swings, and the Golden Lord swings. Player sets a back row, banishes Hakero to set an Elixir of White Destiny. Player draws Laundry Dragon Maid for turn, summons Chamber Dragon Maid. Doom King Baldarok will use its effect. Player will chain Dragon Maid downtime. Chamber is added back to hand and adding Dragon Maid changeover to hand. Chamber's own effect on someone is negated. Player activates Dragon Maid changeover, using Chamber and Laundry to make House Dragon Maid. House Dragon Maid will swing over Baldarok and pass turn. Baldarok will use its effect, summoning itself back to the field. Player then activates Cursed Eldland, and opponent will chain Dragon Maid downtime. Sending away House Dragon Maid. Cursed Eldland adds a Conquistador to hand. Player moves to battle and swings with Eldlord. And that's game. Not quite sure why he bounced away House Dragon Maid there. Who knows why men do the things that they do. There we have a Thunder Dragon player. They summon Aloof Lupine, uses effect, banishing Thunder Dragon Roar, and Dragon Matrix from the deck. Both their effects will activate. Dragon Matrix adds another Dragon Matrix to hand. Dragon Roar will set a Thunder Dragon Dark. Player then activates Gold Sarcophagus, banishing a Thunder Dragon Dark. Its effect will then activate, adding a Thunder Dragon to hand. Thunder Dragon effect, discarding itself to add a Thunder Dragon to hand. Thunder Dragon Dark will then make Thunder Dragon Colossus. That should be in defense mode. Thunder Dragon will pitch itself, adding the third Thunder Dragon to hand. Passes turn. Immediately activating Max C. During the draw phase, opponent activates Allure of Darkness. He then banishes a number of cards to summon Eater of Millions and Gren Maju. Eater of Millions is going to eat the millions of his Aloof Lupine. Gren Maju swings into Colossus, but Colossus is protected by the Dragon Matrix he discarded and gains a little bit of a buff. Gold Sarcophagus ticks by 1. Activates Thunder Dragon Fusion. Using 2 Thunder Dragons and a Thunder Dragon Dark to make Thunder Dragon Titan. He then pitches a Thunder Dragon, attempting to add 1 to his hand. Opponent will chain an Ash Blossom and Joy Spring to that for some reason. Player then activates Thunder Dragon Matrix effect, targeting Thunder Dragon Colossus. Thunder Dragon Titan's effect will chain, and the opponent will chain an infinite impermanence to that. Titan's effect is negated. Both his monsters will be linked off to make a Vert Anaconda. Anaconda will send away Fusion Destiny, along with Dasher and Celestial, to make Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer will destroy Verte and the opponent's Gren Maju. Passes turn to the opponent. Opponent's turn. They activate the effect of Gizmek Orochi, banishing 7. Player chains a Max C to that. Max C resolves, Orochi summons itself. Player normal summons another Gren Maju. Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer will destroy itself and the opponent's Gren Maju, but the Gren Maju player has enough damage on board to finish the game. Nice to know that Gren Maju decks still exist after all these months. Not quite sure what I'm looking at. Spellcaster deck, at least. Player activates Dark Magic Circle, adds Magician's Salvation to hand, activates Salvation, which will set an Eternal Soul. Passes turn. Opponent activates Lunalight Fusion, fusing White Rabbit and Crimson Fox, to make Lunalight Cat Dancer. Then sets Lunalight Tiger in the Pendulum Zone, along with Lunalight Wolf. 1 more back row. Wolf will use its effect, banishing fusing from the graveyard Sheep and Fox to make a second Cat Dancer. Player will swing with both Cat Dancers, doing a combined 5,000 damage. Opponent activates Eternal Soul, adds a Dark Magic attack to hand. Passes turn. Player draws Gameciel, Sea Turtle Kaiju. Pitches Gameciel to summon the Apprentice Illusion Magician, who will add a Dark Magician to hand. Eternal Soul will then summon the Dark Magician. Dark Magic Circle will activate, banishing a Cat Dancer. And then we'll Tribute to summon Gameciel to the opponent's field. Summon someone of the Ice Bear, who will then sync off with Dark Magician to make Baron de Fleur, who will destroy the opponent's back row. Baron de Fleur, with the power of the Guardian, swings over Gameciel. Apprentice Illusion will swing direct. Lunalight player turn, they draw a card for turn. It's Lunalight Black Sheep, which they use to attempt to add a Lunalight monster from grave to hand. Baron de Fleur will negate that. Lunalight Wolf will attempt to activate a fusion from the summon from the graveyard. Player will activate Eternal Soul, summoning back Dark Magician. Lunalight Wolf will resolve, fusing Cat Dancer and Black Sheep to make the third Cat Dancer. Dark Magic Circle will activate, banishing Cat Dancer. Dark Magician player's turn. They draw Eternal Soul, activate Secrets of Dark Magic. They are just showing off at this point. They had lethal on board. They make the Dark Magicians. They activate Eternal Soul, summoning back Dark Magician. Dark Magic Circle will activate, just banishing Lunalight Tiger. The Dark Magician's effect will activate, allowing him to draw a card, which is Bond between teacher and student. Activates Bond between teacher and student. He's really showing off now. Summons Dark Magician Girl, sets the Dark Burning Magic. Swings for game. You had lethal on board when you started your turn. I understand you do get different points depending on things that you've done during the game, But unless you're swinging for like more than 10,000 damage, at this point you've already gotten all the bonus points you can. Alright, we have a Goku Deck with a little bit of Kaiju, it looks like. Player activates Kyoto Waterfront, summons Goku Octoprux, Octo Stretch. Hang on a tick. Use Goku Headbat's effect, pitching tag partner to summon itself. Sorry, targeting Goku and then summoning itself. Is then going to link to make a sold 2 Tails of Noble Knights. Octo Stretch and Headbat's effects are going to activate. A sold will chain into that. That's the third link. A sold will add a Goku Suprex to hand. Headbat will add a Goku Rematch. And Suprex will add a Twist Cobra. The Soul will then send a Sword of the Deep-Seated, summoning a Goku Guts. Player then activates Goku Rematch. Octo Stretch and Headbat return to the field. Guts, Headbat, and a Soul are then all going to link off to make a Saryuja Skull Dread. Goku Guts effect will add a Goku Moonsault to hand. Waterfront will add a Gamma Seal to hand. Moonsault will target Octo Stretch, returning it to the hand, summoning itself. Saryuja's effect will activate. And he will set Gamma Seal to the zone behind it. Not really sure what that turn was supposed to give him. Opponent is playing Gimmick Puppets, discarding Gimmick Puppet Egghead to summon Bisque Doll, and then summoning Puppet Gear Changer. Gear Changer attempts to use its effect. Gamma Seal will chain, removing some Kaiju counters to negate and banishing. Player sets 2 cards back row. Passes turn. Player draws Terraforming. Activates Terraforming, adding another Kyoto Waterfront to hand. Summons Goku Suprex. Special summoning Twist Cobra. Tag partner is banished, and Rematch is shuffled back into the deck. Twist Cobra and Suprex are going to be linked off to make a second Isolde. Saryuja will give her a bit of a boost. Suprex's effect will activate, as will Twist Cobra's. And Isolde. Fire Flint Lady's added to hand, as is Headbat and Goku Rematch. Isolde sends away a Sword of the Deep Sea to summon another Goku Guts. Deep Seated will return itself to the deck. Goku Headbat will activate its effect, targeting Moonsault, summoning itself. Isolde Headbat will link, and Headbat will make Nightmare Unicorn. Saryuja gives it a boost. Unicorn will pitch Fire Flint Lady, targeting Bisque Doll, attempting to spin it back into the deck. Goku Headbat's effect will activate, chaining, adding an Iron Claw to hand. Unicorn does send deck Bisque Doll. Nightmare and Goku Guts will make Access Code Talker. Saryuja gives it a boost, and Access Code Talker will target Nightmare Unicorn, giving itself an extra 3,000 attack points. Goku Guts effect will activate, adding another Goku to hand. Adds a Twist Cobra to hand. Access Code Talker gains its stats. Banishes a Soul to destroy 1 back row. Changes Game Seal to attack mode. Swings with Code Talker. Attempts to swing with Moonsault. Gamma Seal will use its effect, removing units to negate the effect of Puppet Parade. Moonsault swings for game. Goku wins over Gimmick. And I think that's where I'm going to end this week's Watch and Learn. I'm probably going to start cutting down on how long these are, just because I've been doing them for so long. I'm going to probably also start ending matches that are decks that we see a lot of, because Sword Soul sewed up a bunch of times and does every week. So for the sake of less repetition and making the Watch and Learns more interesting to watch and learn, Well, those are plans for the future. And right now is the now. And now is the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you catch the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.